Of just something short, quick, easy, feel good, nothing too deep. So I thought this was the perfect one to try. I'm forever trying to find different ways and better ways of doing things in a way that's supportive of my neck. If you're new here, I have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and a complication of that is it's caused spinal instability in my neck. I can only hold up my neck by myself for a certain amount of time. I wear a neck brace to help support me, but doing anything like reading or computer work or traveling, I need to be wearing my neck brace, and I need to avoid looking down or looking up or looking side to side. So I try to have my book eye level, and at the moment I've got this little contraption of 3 Lego boxes and this little, I think it's a recipe stand from IKEA, and just popping my book in there so that it is. So putting this eye level to try and make it easier to read, and it was only earlier in this year that I could start to read physical books again, so I just feel like this whole part of me has come back to life, and I just feel so excited. So I'm going to start reading this, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. This dedication is beautiful. I'm going to read the dedication to you. It says, "For the lonely, the daydreamers, the ones who find their friends between the pages of books. You matter, and your happy ending will come. Sometimes the wait is just longer in real life than in fiction." That is such a sweet dedication. Okay, I just finished reading the prologue, and so far I've really enjoyed it. I think it's written really well, and I'm really excited to keep reading. I often also use this, especially when I'm holding a heavy book. Like this one's pretty light, but my arms do get sore. So sometimes I put it in here to take the weight and then still hold it so I can like get that feeling of holding a book, but not the physical weight. We got the sticky notes ready. I think I'm just like perfectly in the mood for this book. Like, you know how sometimes you read a book and you're like, you just don't feel it, and like, you know you'd like it if you're in the right mood for it? I think I was in the perfect mood for this. This is cool. Instead of the chapters being labelled chapter 1, chapter 2, they're labelled confession 1, confession 2, and so on. And she says, when I was 10, I started putting confession strips into a box in my closet so that if anything happened to me, people would know that I was more than just a quiet girl who followed the rules. So it's got a confession each chapter as the chapter number. That is awesome. That is really unique and creative. So I don't actually know what this book's about, apart from the fact that I know Valentine's Day repeats itself over and over again. And just from reading from the back, our main character is watching it repeat over and over again. So it appears that they know. So I'll let you know how that continues. I just read confession too. Hey guys, it is later in the day. I am halfway through chapter 9. I started listening to chapter 9 on audio and I'm halfway through to give my neck a break from my neck brace. The plastic has been digging into the side of my neck and giving me some bruises, but also to give my brain a break from like processing. And so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting through it really quickly. It's a quite an easy read, and so far our main character Emily has realized that she's living Valentine's Day over and over and over again, and her way to kind of explain it is that there were several things that went wrong on the first Valentine's Day, and so now she's getting a chance to rectify that, and she needs to change these few things or stop them from happening. And so each Valentine's Day has an aspect of repetition, but then there are certain things that are different about it, and certain things that she tries to change, and things that change because of things that she tries to change, but things that still happen but in a different way because she's tried to change them. It's actually really quite interesting. And then of course it's romance aspect in it too that's kind of developing. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it. I do have a suspicion as to what could be happening here, and I will share my suspicion with you. So if you don't want to know my suspicion, skip to this timestamp. My suspicion is that Nick is obviously the love interest because she's found out that her boyfriend is cheating on her, and so my suspicion is that Nick is also aware that Valentine's Day is repeating itself, but he's just not letting on, so that they are both getting to know each other by this repetitious day. But potentially neither of them know that the other one is also repeating. That's just my suspicion. It could be wrong, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
She left the room to make a call.
Hey guys, so I'm getting through this actually pretty quickly. I've listened to a fair bit by audio, kind of just as I've been puddling around, you know, brushing my teeth, all that sort of thing. So I'm actually getting through this book pretty quickly. So just gotta find my place. Okay, so I'm about up to page 218, and there's 285 pages in the book. So we're actually pretty close to being done. I reckon I can definitely finish this today. This is my first time reading today, reading the physical book. So just had like the most perfect Valentine's Day with the love interest. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but like I was like wondering the whole time whether or not it will repeat or not. Okay, so she just had this really great Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day has been repeating over and over again, and she had this really great Valentine's Day where she was like, you know what, I'm sick of trying to fix the Valentine's Day, I'm sick of trying to find out why it's repeating or doing the right thing, you know. She thought maybe fate was giving her a chance to rectify it. So she just has this day where she just does whatever she wants because she's like, it doesn't matter, it will reset in the morning. But it also ends up to be such a great day, and I've been waiting the whole time this day's been playing out to find out whether or not it does repeat, and I've just found out now, and I don't want to spoil it, but you want it to go both ways. Filming a reading vlog, which sounds like the most boring thing ever, but I really enjoy watching them.
Are you just reading in your head while the camera's on?
Yeah, so basically I read and share my thoughts as I go. It sounds boring, but it's good. So I'm on page 246, and this might be kind of spoilery. So here is a timestamp. If you want to skip, go to this timestamp, but I'm going to try and not be spoilery. I've just gotten to the bit where she's on the day after the day where she just does whatever she wants because there's no consequences, and she's met her love interest. He's acting in a certain way, and I've got another possible theory that his days aren't repeating, but he had some sort of memory issue that, because he said, I've only got 7 minutes left the night before, maybe he's got some sort of memory issue that when he goes to sleep he doesn't remember in the morning, or something like that. Finished the do-over and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 star rating, which is very high for me for a romance, and I think that this was better than the movies, which is also by Lynn Painter. I actually think this one was better, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way it ended. I don't think any of my theories came true, but like that's the whole fun of reading, that you kind of like guess, oh, what will happen, will this happen, will that happen, like. So I really liked that it wasn't completely predictable. Obviously it had these elements of predictability as is normal and what you would expect from a young adult rom-com, but it also has this playlist at the back, like Better Than the Movies also had a playlist, so that's really cool. And in the acknowledgements, this is a library book, but I think I will actually buy my own, because sometimes you just get in the mood for like a nice, easy, young adult rom-com that doesn't have any high stakes, that doesn't have anything too deep, that's nice and short and you can read it in a few hours, and that like it doesn't have anything riding on the line. You don't have to learn new characters or a new world, or doesn't have any violence or anything like that in it. And so like I think I will get my own, put it on my wish list, because like I actually really enjoyed it, and it'll be nice to have on my bookshelf for when I just like have that feeling like, oh, I want to read like a nice, sweet, easy young adult rom-com, then it'll be there. But yeah, in the acknowledgements she says, thanks to all the bookstagrammers, TikTokers, YouTubers and bloggers. You're out here doing incredible work for zero compensation, and I'm really not sure what we've done to deserve you. You are talented, amazing creators, and I cannot thank you enough for every single thing that you do in the name of books. Haley fam, I adore you and your delightful followers. So that is so sweet, because I'm like, ooh, I'm a delightful follower. Like, I inadvertently got a mention in this acknowledgement, but like, honestly, Haley fam is just like, she deserves every mention in this acknowledgements, and like, I just love her content and like her book recommendations so much, which is why I did this video. So it's like when I saw that I was like so that's really cool. So the book doesn't specifically say why Valentine's Day kept looping, but I have a few theories, and I will give you a warning that this is a little spoilery. So if you don't want the spoilers, I will see you later. But I have 2 theories from 2 quotes in the last chapter. So the love interest says, I fell in love with you on Valentine's Day, Emily, but I needed more than just 7 minutes. So my first theory is that Valentine's Day had to repeat itself until the love interest properly fell in love with her. But my main theory is from these 2 quotes. I didn't know that this was your brother's coat. That's because you acted like it belonged to you. True, I agreed, thinking about all the times I worn it that he didn't even know about. So many crashes on repeat, so many wearings of the jacket. Although, I looked down at the army green coat. Now that I was thinking about it, I'd worn it on the very first Valentine's Day, the one that started it all, the anniversary of his brother's death. But I never fell asleep in it until the DONC, the last Valentine's Day. And then over the next page, we've got, E would have loved it. I'm not going to act all trippy universe hippie. If you knew him, he would have thought it was the perfect day. I leaned back against the seat and buried my hands in the pockets of that coat. Eric's idea of a perfect day. The day I forgot to give back the coat. Was that the day the time loop ended? Why are you smiling like that? I hadn't even realized I was smiling. And then it says here, thank you, Eric. So I've got 2 theories that could work for this. So Eric was kind of vicariously living through Emily to have his perfect day just once more on the anniversary of his death and do all the things that he loved to do. Or Eric was like playing matchmaker and bringing them together, and that's why Valentine's Day had to repeat until they properly like fell in love. So they're my theories on why the time loop kept happening, but I'm not totally sure. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your theories are. I'm really interested in hearing them.